All right, so if you've made it to this video, I'm assuming you just bought some gear and you're studying for your CCNA. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can set up remote access using either SSH or Telnet so that you don't always have to use a console cable. And if you're currently studying for the CCNA, this is one topic that you will be going over. So in order to get this set up, you are gonna need a few items. First one, you're gonna obviously need either a Cisco switch or a router. You're also gonna need a console cable and some type of PC or laptop in order to get console access to the switch. And if you can see back here, I'm actually using this NetTool Pro 2 in order to get console access to this. It's so that I can plug my laptop in over here and don't have to run a long cable over there. All right, so if you look at my screen, we are currently logged into the router. So if we go into enable mode, we can do a show running config, and you can see that there's really nothing configured on this right now. Okay, so now we can move forward with configuring it. So we're gonna go into our config terminal, and then we're gonna set a host name, and I'm just gonna name this R1. And then we also need to give it a domain name. So IP domain name, and then I'm just gonna name this, I don't know, home.local. And then we're gonna create a new user. So username, I'm just gonna create admin, and then we're gonna give it privileges of 15. Secret, this is gonna be our encrypted password, and I'm just gonna set it to Cisco. Now we need to generate our keys with crypto, key, generate RSA, modulus, and then 2048 will be good enough for this. This might take a few seconds depending on how old your router is. The one I have is pretty old. Next, we're gonna specify our SSH version by doing IP SSH version 2. Next, we're gonna configure our virtual lines. On a router, there's generally lines 0 through 4 that you can configure. This just means if you do 0 through 4, that means 5 people can be consoled into this router at the same exact time. So the command that we're gonna do is line VTY04 transport input, if I can spell, SSH, and then login local, and now we can exit. But there is one step that we still need to do on this. We do need to configure an IP address on a port in order to SSH into this. And it looks like the port that I currently have plugged in is G00, so we can configure that. So we can go into interface G00. We're gonna do no shutdown to start the interface up. Next, we're gonna do IP address. I'm gonna do 10.14.1.45, 255.255.255.0. Now we can exit, and then write to memory. Okay, so now I have a new terminal up, and just to make sure that it is up, we can ping this. And it does look like we're getting a response back. So if you're using like an old device like I am, you're probably gonna get this error right here. And sometimes that happens because it is an older encryption. So I am gonna be using a different terminal app in order to SSH into this. So in this, we can put in our IP address, hit continue. And we also can put in our username in here to create this and connect. Are you sure you want to connect? Add and continue. Password, which is going to be Cisco. Continue. And there we are. We're inside our router here. So we can do a show running config. And you can see the host name. You also can see when we created that account, when we use secret, it does encrypt this password, so you can't see it in the running configuration. All right, so now I do have my console cable moved over to that switch down there, and I'm going to show you how to configure Telnet, which is great if you're just labbing at home. And also these older switches I have right here can only do Telnet. They cannot do SSH. All right, so now we're gonna configure Telnet on our switch here. So we can do enable, config terminal, and then I'm gonna configure the IP address on interface VLAN 1. So we can do interface VLAN 1, IP address 10.14.1, and then we're gonna do 46, and then we're gonna do a no shutdown. Now we can exit. Now we're gonna configure our VTY lines by doing line VTY 0 through 15, password Cisco, and then we can exit. Oh, and I almost forgot one step here. We need to do login. Now we can do exit, and then write memory. Now we should be able to telnet into that. All right, so now we're gonna set up our new host on here. So 10.14.1.46, add protocol, Telnet, and now we can hit connect. Password, this is gonna be Cisco, and there we are. We're inside our switch. So there's really not much to it. Telnet is a lot better, I think, if you're just home labbing at home. The only thing that's not really great about it is it's not very secure, because anything that goes over Telnet is not encrypted. So if someone was listening in, they could see everything that you were typing in.